Friday afternoon, late in the day, and I'm in downtown Slough with a guy I've probably known for 25 years. To my and Mike's days of him running an IT recruitment consultancy called MDA and me running a little old magazine called Computer Weekly. So Mike, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Just give this industry a little bit of background from another vet.
Okay, I've been in the industry for 35 years, which shows the age, I suppose. From 1976, we were started in the IT recruitment business. Prior to that, I was in the IT recruitment business, very much in technical programming and so on. And over the years, I've always been involved with the IT recruitment market. Back in 2000, one looked at the fact that I'd been running a business for some years. I'd got a very technical background and played with computers all my life, and put that all together, and we came up with TipTopJob, which we launched in 2002. So basically that's how TipTopJob came about, and that's a job board. And being a private investor, without the deep pockets of some of the publishers, we've been trying to build the brand over the last 8 years.
So, having been, as you know, also a job boarder through Total Jobs, it must have been in those early days a huge challenge with people like us chucking money at TV and radio. You know, how did you go out there and just establish that first round of foothold in the marketplace?
I think when job boards sort of took off in the early 2000 time, I think that a lot of the big publishers threw money at it using their typical news publishing type of background or their magazine style. We obviously were amused at this, and I think everybody found really that what you needed to focus on was getting traffic to sites. That was the key, and brand building is one aspect, but more importantly, getting people to come to the site is really the first thing that you need to spend all your money on, especially when it's limited.
Just out of interest, how many jobs are you carrying today in, say, a typical week or a typical month?
At present, we run with about 20,000 jobs at the present time.
And do you find that actually the more jobs you have, the more traffic you have? Is there any correlations between volume of jobs and traffic, or is it pretty much both are pretty steady?
They both go hand in hand. The more jobs you have, the more traffic you get. Obviously, all the jobs get indexed by Google and Bing, and majority of our responses come through organic searches, mainly from Google.
Okay. Kind of my usual curveball question. There is so much negativity around job boards. You know, I'm always reading job boards are dead, job boards have got no future. You know this business, and you're also global, which we'll cover in a minute. But what's your take on the job boards are dead and it's all about social media?
Well, to a certain extent, I think the job boards are here to stay, and they will only just get bigger and bigger over a period of time. And there's a balance to be struck between using job boards and using recruitment companies. And there was always this talk about recruitment companies wouldn't survive maybe after 5 years. It's similar to the same thing that has been said about programmers not being required 20 years ago. There's still programmers today. I think that going forward, job boards will get bigger. I think some corporate companies will use the job boards direct. They will have a certain amount of their HR and internal recruiters using it for certain types of people. But the recruitment consultancies, I do not think, will die. There is a need for them for very much in the technical markets, in executive search selection. I think all of those sort of areas will still require recruitment consultancies.
If you were to give any tips to a young, inspiring, or to a guy that just says, I'm going to launch a job board, what are the one or two tips you'd come out and say to them, this is what I would be looking at doing, guys?
First thing is to find some money, because that's what it needs. Writing a job board today, there are probably tens and hundreds of thousands of job boards out there. A lot of small niche market. The question is, can you make money from it? Can you get your traffic? And that will be the challenge of anybody that tries to write a job board today.
If you could turn the clock forward or backwards, would you launch a job board today?
I think with the background and experience that I've got today, or was it right to have done 10 years ago? 10 years ago, yes, I think it probably was right. But as I come back mainly is it does take a lot of money to make a successful job board.
Mike, thank you ever so much for your time on a Friday,
You're welcome.
and good to talk to you. Thank you.